Oh, we made it a throw. Well, tough luck.
So back just as we were in the beginning, we have Sero, and I don't think we did watch this Nomu at all yet.
No, we have not seen this Nomu. We saw a different Nomu,
But yeah,
I think. Yeah.
yeah, we not watched Carson. Both these players are absolutely fantastic, though. Not only just in this tournament by themselves, but like just very fantastic top naming players.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you do top four in a high priced event, you're gonna attract some cream of the crop. And 5 rounds really does separate some of the top players. You can't just luck your way through 5 rounds.
I mean, I've lucked my way through 5 rounds at a tournament before. That was for a very different game with very different ridiculous rules. I- Mostly that involve hacking.
So let's see what we've got here. It does look like Sarah's going to go first. He'll get a chance to exercise a strategy before Nomu starts just wailing his fists on there. He's got the creepy for some of the longer strings just to reduce some of the damage coming in, but it's going to be nowhere near enough to handle the damage that Nomu's throwing out. It won't negate anything to 0.
Correct. But on the flip side on that though, Nomu is going to be taking a lot of just chip damage this game, more so than I think a normal Nomu really wants to deal with.
Super Gen and Apathetic coming out early though,
Oof.
and I think that first one was a Think Fast. So,
I
but I don't know if he cares that much about the speed this game.
I don't think he's really going to care about speed too much. I think that
Yeah, I
speed
mean
is
it's a
definitely
little extra
not.
damage. Like it gives +1 damage basically to every attack, so it might be worth taking out. But there's other options that extend him. I think that's a is that a calling for backup there that I see?
I believe so. Yep.
Mhm.
So it looks like we have Think Fast, Calling for Backup, Creepy Realization, and
The one
I'm
where
forgetting what Minetta's crying is.
it lets you draw a card if something happens if your opponent.
Yeah, but I forget the name of it. Yeah, if your opponent draws, you get to draw. Um, and then on the opposite side here, we're having a real fast Grasping Grape Toss coming right out. So starting off throw land early.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the damage through, right? The one nice thing about throws is they're mostly 5 damage. That's right. 5 or 6 is right we want to be versus Nomo. Um, so a nice start. Stun's pretty good against him too, and if not blocked, is also pretty good against him because he doesn't always block. This one will be blocked, half damage, so he doesn't commit anything else, and he's only actually taking 3, which is a big deal. Um, if you can only take 3 every time, you're doubling the amount of attacks you can take as Nomo.
Yep. But even still, it throws your math off a little bit.
You know, if you, I mean, you basically used a card in a foundation to remove 2 damage.
Yep.
But at this point, he has 4 foundations. If he gets more, great. But he's ready to throw. I'm really excited to see this Nomu after our previous Nomu. We saw some iterations and takes on the deck, but it looks like this is going to be a traditional Fury Nomu from what we're seeing. Maybe on Death.
Correct. And I believe it is on death to I'm just double checking on that.
Yeah, because it's got
Yep.
the some of the Bakugo stuff on it.
Yep.
All right, so nice little, play some cards, get a little chip damage, or try to get some chip damage in. Um, that
I'm looking to
creepy
be
Grasping not
mm,
do damage? Oh no, he's super regen. He had super
yeah,
regen.
he used super regen on it.
Did 3, got 3. Yep. The power of super regen.
It's pretty strong. Can't lie.
Hmm. And then here comes what looks to be a turn to dust.
Les turned to dust. Yep.
Yep. Stun 2, great when you just want to get damage in, 4 for 10. Stun 2.
Looking to be stunning both of the face downs, so the other effect is not gonna get as much value.
Hmm.
Just trying to face down's definitely not as good as
I
destroying
mean,
something that has still effects.
Nomu doesn't really want to sacrifice. I think he's playing the second effect. He'll lose life to make
Mhm.
you lose life, but he's not going to destroy his own foundations unless he's got way too many. Uh, Triggering a late in here. He
Wait,
apparently wants to
yep.
extend this turn a little bit. Seeing that his opponent has committed some stuff. Maybe he's got another stun in hand that might let stuff go through, or
He still has 3 foundations that
oh,
are
and
still
because he did
active,
draw cards
so
are already coming into play that the the foundation that we didn't remember the name of. Leighton does draw you cards on your turn, so
alright, it's bugging me. I gotta figure out the name of that card is. I'm getting upsetty spaghetti over here.
desperate something with
Desperate
desperate. Yeah,
Times.
there we go.
So you said Desperate, I remembered it before I even got there. Yep, Desperate Times. Moneta Cries. After your rival draws any number of cards during the combat phase, they also will commit a foundation.
Yeah. So just making his turn shorter, and thank goodness because I believe that's merciless. The
That
top
is
seal.
a Merciless that just dropped out.
Um, since his is smaller, it checks on a 4, or it goes down to a 4 cost. But it's still a 4 for 5, still plenty of damage, and 4 for 9 in Nomu.
Nomu was just taking chunks out
I
of
mean,
Sero
he
there.
saw that it, right. Like if he doesn't have the right blocks, I can just go for gold, and once that high gets in, it gets in good.
And probably now another apathetic too, just making sure that Tam's just running out of options basically.
Mhm. But well, that is a rough start down to 12 with their opponent still at 33. I mean, Nomu can almost let a full beating come in this turn, and he's pretty much gonna have to.
Yeah, 2 foundations. Nomu is committed
Right,
as
but
well though,
Nomu's
so
committed, so he can't
doesn't
stop.
yeah,
And
can't
if it's
stop
above
really
6,
anything.
okay, if it's above 6, he can block, but if it's above 6, he's gonna be taking it.
Yep. Now, but at the same token here, this
But
Sero deck we know is not built for big attacks early
well,
out
you
of the gate.
say that, but look what's flying out here.
Oh,
Is that
that yeah, I spoke too soon.
a
That
flip side?
is that is sure some shock.
No, I
Uh,
think he only has 1. Is that's Blitz Rush, right? No, that's
that's
1.3
in
million?
that's indiscriminate shock. 1.3 million
Yeah,
volts.
that's 1.3 million. Alright, that's
Stun
even better.
1 plus 5 damage, plus 1 damage for each committed foundation.
Well, and he can enhance commit a foundation as well,
Yep.
so he can get both of them out if he commits
Uh,
one of those.
does not look like he did though. Looks like he wants to keep his foundations for
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, extend, right? More attacks better, than 1 extra damage.
No extension though.
Yeah. I mean, he knows he can't kill him this turn, even though it is, but it's the chance to get the big damage in.
Yep. Oh
So,
yeah, when there's 4 to 5 already committed cards and you have an indiscriminate hand, you play it. You just drop it down and go, okay, this is fine.
yep. And he's setting himself up to maybe survive. If he can survive this turn, I mean, it's going to take usually at least 2 punches to get in, unless you've got something crazy
Mhm.
like a gale into a gale or a plus ultra. But normally the attacks will be 8 to maybe 10 damage. Um, Tops 11. So you can let one in and still live. And
Correct.
he's Sero. He's got some blocks. If he partial blocks, he can draw more. And
And if he
let's
blocks,
see.
he could just take the other attack. If look at the hand and be like, all right, what attacks do you have in hand? What are you trying to block? All right, I can deal
Yeah.
23 damage.
Yep. And so it looks like Nomo is just laying
Noma's
out
just gonna
a.
build, yeah.
He's
Super
like,
regen in the first day of class.
I mean, it's smart, right? If you have one attack here, he's gonna block it.
Mhm.
Sarah's gonna block it. So why not go up to like 9 and then wait for a turn where you have 5 attacks and he can't block them all. Or if you have 4
Correct.
attacks or whatever you need to do. He's not going to 23 to 0 you when you have all of this up. If you hold enough blocks, which I think he did. I think he held. Oh, did he
I
only hold 2?
saw 2 cards in hand? Either
Oh,
there's 2 or
well.
3 cards in hand.
Yep.
I think 3 cards in hand actually, because he only played 2 cards.
Yep. Three's a good number to have for sim. You can get 2 full blocks in. Well, really only 1 because then he picks one out and then just doesn't attack whatever zone you have left.
Yep. And looks like they're both just going for some build turns here.
Now
Just
this is interesting. You would think if there was another attack in there, he'd try and get a weird zone difference in there and chip because 23 health, he needs to get down a little lower. I don't think he's gonna one turn it, but
I think they're just both gonna set at 10 foundations and try and
Oh, Nomu's got to go for it, right? He's got some attacks. He's not going to play one foundation and pass. So there's a big pile of glare.
Yep.
Oh
I believe that is to be Merciless Rush as well.
no, that's a low. This is a low. I can
Nomu
clearly
5 diff for low.
so well any
Berserker Blow?
berserker.
Berserker
It's
Blow.
gotta be berserker. Yep.
That's a lot
So
of glare. Sorry, chat. We're
we're
doing the
card
webcam best.
detectives. Card detectives. Give us a zone and a little bit of art, and we'll figure it out.
But yeah, Berserker Blow is
One of those
this
only
is
good. You're only going to see in Nomo.
only
You
gonna
can
say Nomu.
yes. I mean, not bad in Nomu. It does a lot of damage. It still is only 4, but it's one of the few good lows he can do. Out of death.
And allows him to cycle a foundation if he has to commit one too. You can
Yeah,
destroy one, put a new
yeah.
foundation
It's a
face
nice
down.
extender on 5. A lot of damage. Nice 2 mid, but a lot of people go with like a chop or something out of this. If they're on Earth, to instead. But if you're on Death, I guess one of the ways to go.
And checking an attack is not what you really want to see there, but just having to commit out. And it's still only being a half block by the looks.
Yep, that's a mid block there that he played out.
Yes, Nomo's definitely scary here.
And then he's got so many foundations he can use agitation to draw and extend his turn a little bit.
Yep.
And it looks like he did draw into something good. Howitzer.
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 Uh,
And because of Berserker Blow, he did destroy something this turn.
Yep. Yeah, that's a card art that's not mistakable though. Howitzer coming out, and
No.
there's a reason if there's only one of those in the starter decks. Like it's just just death on a card.
I mean, it can propel itself to a 4-cost 6/6 if the conditions are right.
Hmm.
And then Nomu makes it a 4-cost 6/12.
And if you destroy a foundation, you also get an extra 2 speed on top of
Well,
that.
no, that's it's normally a 4/6. So if you destroy a foundation, it goes to a 6/6.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah. But still tough to block. Still managed to full block it, and because of that, looks like it'll be another turn. Still gonna sit at 9 foundations. It looks like, and 21 health, but it's again up to Sero to chip this 21 down, and that's a minimum of 4 unblocked 6 attacks, and Nomu does have blockage.
Yep.
So really, you're looking at 5 attacks, which if you don't manage to make it, and actually, yeah, well, even the super gen still brings you to. They all have to be 6.
Yep.
So here comes the tape swing. Probably not going to get blocked unless. Yeah, you just think it's a throw, change the zone, but he can commit something. So. Oh, this is neat. He's got the 3 cards in different sleeves in different colors to indicate the zone. So orange is mid, yellow is low, red is high.
Oh,
That
is
is a
that
good way
what
to
that?
do it.
I did not even notice it last time
I
because
didn't. I was
I
like,
don't.
"Why are these card dividers off on the side?" But now that I
Don't.
see it in action, he's swapping them around. That is a good way to do it.
I don't see color. It doesn't help me.
Yeah. Well, for the rest of us.
For the normal people, wow, that's super smart.
Yeah. All right. So short turns here. One attack done. One attack done. They're playing like razor heads. I know this one isn't going to do something. Let's try and finish it off. He's got him down to 18. 18's a 3 attack turn against Nomu
Correct.
and easily doable. But you have to survive this, and I believe that's a merciless coming back in.
I believe so as well. Yes.
Yep. So checks an attack, but just 1 foundation. It's going to be there, and if you block it, he's got agitation to extend his turn. And that's in this post ban list meta. We're seeing the decks that can draw and be consistent on their kill turn in as opposed to the decks that just have I hope I draw into my super combo, be super successful. And this use of agitation that a lot of people might not always play in Nomu is really looking to come out from strong and get him an extra attack. Attorney needed it. It just with 9 foundations out, it's what he needs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely I wouldn't say it's taken the place of coordinated effort since coordinated effort banned, but it's
It does a
definitely
different thing, yeah. But yeah, looks like not even bothering. He thinks there might be another turn after this because he's not even bothering to flip and bring back first day of class. Um, but
I
yeah,
mean,
so
if he's got the chops, if he thinks he can do it, he might as well go for it, you know?
well, if you think this has to be the kill turn, you probably flip coordinated effort just to get the one extra. I mean, you probably flip first day.
Yeah. Freudian
He's
slip.
he's saying this might be there might be one more turn. And he's right, right? This could be full blocked and
Mhm.
it not necessarily the final turn, so save it for one more turn. But looks like another howitzer does manage to destroy something, but was
Oh, it's a full
expensive.
block, but was it worth it? It's a lot of foundations being cost there, and that there we are. That's signature right swing coming in.
Yep, it's low speed. I mean, very blockable, but is there another attack in there?
And
Y-
using its ability, you can just cycle for another attack here.
Yeah, I mean, you can find what you need. I think he's yeah. So he's gonna
Yeah.
do
Counting
non-attacks. Get out of
counting
here,
to see
non-attack.
how many attacks are
I'm Nomu. I need attacks. I mean, if you got two non-attacks, you can only get better. Oh, he gets the evil
Yep,
gaze.
and there it is.
Yeah, that makes it unblockable with the amount of commits that he has and the zones that he's got. So Evil Gaze, once relegated only to Shigaraki, is making a scene in other decks that need the speed.
Yep.
And in so instead of these Earth Nomus that are extending to lots of attacks in a turn, we're seeing Death Nomus that are getting some speed bumps with one less attack, but at higher speed to get them through.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
and
I
look,
think that's been the I don't want to say a secret tech because that's been a thing we've known about forever. But now that you have a little bit more room and a little bit more deck creation space, Evil Gaze is really coming out there and just showing just how powerful it is.
yeah, it's and most of the time it was on defense, right? Because you knew you could get it off. This time people are willing to trade the 2 check and the 2 life loss for this 2 speed because the games are coming down to individual foundations. If I had one
Yep.
more foundation, I could block it. If not, they're really coming down to it. So it looks like an exciting first match. We do have some swap outs from Sarah, and I think before we saw the Sarah and said, "Oh, he wasn't going to swap much because the throws work for the small healths." Well, this is no small health guy. I think you're going to see, he's going to swap out to try and get his damage as big as possible, or as close to 6 as possible, and consistency, and not worry about if it's a throw or not.
Very much so. Very much so. Um. So what do you think you want to side in if you're on Tam?
I would almost side out tape swing. Get a little consistency. Like you don't need to go above 6. Um, you could get in some stun cards, I guess, to
I was gonna
try
say
and
I think stun is the right answer, but I
I guess
don't.
if you side in stun, you probably keep the tape swing.
Yeah. 'Cause you're in
Yeah, those
indiscriminate
are
shocks anyway, so you wanna maximize your stun, I think you might just start
yeah,
rolling
I guess you
that.
keep it, yeah. I mean, your other throw also has stun in it, so I'm not sure what his sideboard is. I would love to know. What does this Sero fear, and what is he sideboarding against? Because we didn't see much there that didn't have a lot of value. Like this is a guy you're gonna get a lot of momentum against.
Yep.
So the plus damage per momentum is cool. Is that something you might side out because he can always block that extra damage.
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
don't know. It's a rise of a brand new world, and with the Sero decks here, we're gonna see exactly what changes he made that might make it worthwhile.
I definitely think if you're not running 4 indiscriminates in your main board, I think you pop those in, and I think you just go all in on that stun package.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep. I mean, the other side is Nomo often commits himself out too. This has been a good match where he kind of didn't because he knew some of that was coming on, so he
mhm,
saved it. But yeah, if you stun him out, then he can only block you once. He can only do the damage
you
reduction
can only
once.
reduce it down once, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because even maybe Blitz Rush. Blitz Rush is already 7 damage. It's gonna get bigger. It is only stun one for 6 costs. It might not be worth it to run versus Nomu.
Yeah, I don't think you're also not gonna have that much momentum because 'cause you're gonna wanna spend your momentum on Tape Swing.
Well, but you only want to spend one on tape swing, then it hits the max. Unless you're trying to get even the half block to hit the max.
Fair, okay.
But I don't know what other momentum outlets he has in his deck. Alright, looks like we've got what?
That's the 2 check right off the
Oh,
bat. Oh, no.
oh, oh, that's rough.
Oh.
I mean, you play by the 2 check, you die by the 2 check. If you're not doing, you know, 2-1-0 as your starting plays, sometimes this happens. This is Nomu's chance to basically go first.
Yeah, this, Tam is effectively going 3rd. You're not wrong, though, live by the 2 check, die by the 2 check.
There's different schools of thought. Some people just go, if I hit it, I hit it. Some people go, nope, got to play around it because I'm playing 4 2 checks. But even if you're only playing 1 2 check, it can come up
Yep.
at the worst possible times. What's this check? And it makes it. All
Mm.
right. So on the flip side, Nomu burns out a 5 check turn
But he's
with a
able
block.
to, 'cause
Yeah.
Tam has to build.
Oh, he can't
Tam
attack back. Yeah, but
Yeah,
even no, if Nomu could do this, he would anyways. He'd save 1 card, build 5, and whatever. I'm going to be able to attack with the best of them.
yep, and then getting rid of the setup strike there just to be able to pull
Yeah, he's not going to set up
some
strike this
more.
turn because he's not doing 2 attacks. Yeah,
And, dropping an attack right off, but it's a jolt. I mean, jolt's
a 4 cost is
very
fine. The most you commit
Yep,
is 1, but it auto does the damage. It auto goes to momentum. You know, and it's got the momentum flip things, so it's really good later on versus him. But he's just going to full block it. He'll still take the 1, but he basically reduces by 3 damage. Or is that? Yep, full block. And then build 3 foundations. As far as recoveries go, pretty
solid
solid.
recovery. Yep,
But Nomu had a great start, and
and even as Nomu, I think Nomu just plays 1 attack and builds. No,
how
not even
about
going for the
no
attacks,
attacks?
just
How about
builds.
no
Alright.
attacks? How about we're gonna see like only 7. I would thought he would have built one more if he had it because I like if this is only a 1 attack turn, maybe you don't attack into it. But if you have like 3 attacks,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, could be trying to cultivate for a big hand just to finish it out.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Trying to bait some commit out here. We'll see.
Yeah, it's, grasping grape toss, happened going through, so
Yeah, a little bit of stun, a little bit of, throws are going to deal some damage. He's going to get some momentum. Momentum isn't as scary versus.
Evil Gaze is not the card you wanna see pop back out, though. Oh, no. It means 1 of your founda 2 Evil Gazes coming out, 2 foundations are gonna get destroyed here,
Yeah.
and there's not that many foundations left.
I mean, how dirty can a match get? Right? You start with a build 1 and then a
Yep.
double evil gaze. Okay, so that's exactly why he did that turn. A,
Yep, that makes
he
a
had,
lot more sense there.
he had he had like what, 1 attack and double evil gaze and 2 foundations. So
Yep.
he said, you know what? Play to both foundations, destroy 2 of his 4. Luckily, he can build like nobody's business out and still has 4 left. I mean, he's trying his best to come back.
Yeah. This
Like
is
imagine if he only had 2 foundations there, he'd be dead. If he did build 4 there with it, but
This is almost as uphill as you can get, though. That being said, some more foundation's gonna get destroyed here with
It
another.
is a valiant effort. I mean, he's just gonna take the damage, I think.
I think
He
you have to, yeah.
can't afford to lose the foundations.
And then apathetics is gonna get flipped here more than likely as well. I think that was a latent skill that just got flipped. Yep, latent
Yep.
skill that got flipped. Um, Trying to pull in some more attacks. Looks probably gonna try and go for as best as he can here.
Now, the scary part about this is Nomu hasn't seen a lot of attacks, which means one of these turns he's gonna wake up with 4 or 5.
Yep. And Tam using the momentum effect of Jolt to commit a foundation out.
Yep, he doesn't wanna die this turn.
That being said, though, for as bad as the board state is, they're both still at 27 health each. So yeah.
Yes. That's what Nomu tried to build to get ahead and tried to do the destruction,
Yep.
but because he wasn't able to do the attacks, Tam's just been building for, and it brings him right back because he's got that bigger hand size where he could just build if you're spending a card for one of his cards, he's coming out ahead.
Very much so.
Looks like Tam actually okay with destroying a foundation rather than taking any of the life loss. Not updating his tracker to note that there were 2 Nomu did have to pay 2 life for that. But so it
It'll
is
get
it is
updated quickly.
yep, it is the Nomu tracker that is correct, if anybody's wondering. It is 25 to 27. Yep, looks like a full block, but that's just gonna draw him a card with agitation. 3 uncommitted right now. That just leads for a merciless rush. Checks just fine.
Yep.
And we're gonna see, it comes in as a basically a 4-10. There's a lot of tapping going on as a hits for much, very much. 25-17. And then more attacks. Here's what we were saying. He's been saving up, building a board state, and with all these 4 cost attacks, it's able to just rep out 3 to 4 attacks easily in a turn. Signature right swing, making sure that he's able to grab what he needs. It's these extensions. It's the right swing. It's the latent skills. It's the I think it's agitation that are just
Yes.
pulling in the attacks when you don't have them, making bad turns into good turns. Night's Watch coming out because he does have those evil gazes in the deck. We'll be able to cancel some ability. I don't know what particularly he's afraid of. Maybe a big damage boost or something, but just another foundation to have, really. And a latent.
And he's playing a lot of actions anyway, but
Yep.
here's the thing. 2 of the actions are already been used, and I believe we saw one of the plus ultras get checked.
Now that is an interesting play. He commits out his Nomo to get that last foundation. I mean, is at 25 life, but he's got 2 foundations available to him.
And only one block in hand. Tam, here's where you even it up right now.
I don't know if Tam's got the string. I think he's kind of baiting Tam into trying to go for the kill here. And if Nomu can block one attack well,
Mhm.
just save it for a killer one, right? Um, but this is a point where, yeah, those blitz rushes, those tape swings, although he doesn't have a lot of momentum, but really the blitz rushes can destroy. I hope he didn't take them out. We were talking about maybe that's one that he might have, but ooh, that would be rough. All right, I think this is a reverse throw that we're seeing.
This is a reverse throw. Yep.
Yep, reverse throw, extend the turn a little bit, start off with it. Thank goodness he checked pretty well.
Yeah, not losing anything. Like right now, with 4 foundations out, it's a game of checks.
Yep.
Um,
He made it a high, so the trick is you don't want to give Sarah the 2 card draw when you're trying to deny him the 1 card draw.
yep,
So you got to play a careful game of figuring out, and you don't want to telegraph what your block is. So
yep,
maybe you let it through even if you have the right one, but he's just gonna
and
let it through.
definitely let through. Yep.
He's got the health. See what we draw into here. Oh, foundations. And he's gonna try and live one more turn.
Just try and live.
19 is actually very killable. It
9 is also very killable though.
yes,
It's
but he didn't really need to overextend this turn because he wasn't gonna kill, so
true.
a very smart play there, especially I'm sure his hand, wasn't just tempting him to kill. So, problem is this yeah, this is not looking good for Sero. This is the Nomu that we've known and loved before, with its new take. Right, it's got the DLC, so it doesn't extend itself by building more foundations down with like hard and jab and everything. It
Mhm.
extends itself with card draw, with first day of class, with checks and draw.
Sarah still has his once per game ability up available as well though. So 9 life might like look a little bit scary, but there's some tricks.
There are indeed, but if you do full block, you are allowing agitation as
Correct.
well. So,
Looking like tape made it a mid, so it looks like that there's gonna be at least a shot to try and block this.
some
And latent skill. Yeah, latent skill. Latent skill gets
yeah,
flipped
lane
to
skill, and then he's gonna do the card we just discussed, and I forgot the name of Desperate Times,
desperate times.
just to tap one out. Another flip coming in.
I don't know about chat. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah, we're
I'm.
definitely waiting to see. So he made it mid, and now there's the once per game.
Yep, yep, there we go.
Oh, but there's 3 attacks in the
Oh,
hand. This is not
ooh,
looking
3
beautiful.
attacks. What attack do you get rid of?
Oh, so what are we looking at here?
Merciless. I can't tell what
I
the
think it's another
Bakugo attack
Berserker
is.
blow,
Yeah.
Merciless Berserker, and then
Um.
there's a Bakugo with a lot of yellow in there, but I can't see anything else. So
Yeah. Is it Howitzer or Exploding Pride? Might be Exploding Pride by the looks. Is Bakugo happy or angry? That's the check.
yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure it's Exploding Pride.
yeah. Free damage is free damage. It's free real estate.
Yep, it was Exploding Pride. I just checked it back on the instant replay stream, and
I mean, in
it's
exploding,
Bakugo with a happy
yeah.
face.
Unfortunately, an exploding pride by itself is not enough to kill.
Yep, and it
Um,
looks like that they got rid of the Merciless Rush.
I mean, a smart play because it does the most damage for the lowest check.
Yep.
But I don't know if the bad checks are gonna really. Yep, that definitely is exploding pride. So he's gonna lose a life just right off the bat for his when the enhance comes out, and then unfortunately it's only gonna total 7 damage out of the 8 life he has left. So there's still he can let this one hit him. He's gonna draw a card off this. I think, right? Isn't that what he committed? There's no stun on this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
They
he
passing
used
the
it.
torch.
Yeah.
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 Um. Yeah, I was gonna say. Night Watch looks like it canceled the passing the torch, so he couldn't get the draw. That's why nothing happened there. So it was just a commit and then nothing.
Mhm.
And there we go. That's it.